Welcome back to the KOM Morning News on this Wildcat Wednesday. A couple of special guests in studio, Julie Smith and Holly Miner. Julie certainly has been here before from the K-State Extension District. Forgive me for this, folks. I was talking to Holly Miner beforehand because I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Holly. It just dawned on her to tell me that this is her first time in studio. Because as much as we've talked to Holly in the past, it was via Zoom. It's so nice to have you in the studio and meet you in person. Thank you so much. So much of March is devoted to health and wellness because we start to get a little sunshine, a little bit warmer temps. And K-State, a driving force between what's known as Walk Kansas. Julie, I'll have you start with it. It's a program that people are going to be familiar with the name, but might not know exactly what it entails.
That's correct. So this is the 21st year for Walk Kansas through K-State Research and Extension, and it's an 8-week program designed just to get people up and moving. Spring is coming, and promoting exercise in general. So it's Walk Kansas, but it actually you can track your miles through all of your minutes that you exercise.
And you bring up a great point because Holly was quick to point out this is not just about walking. Holly, this is about being active, and you brought up a number of different activities that perhaps some of us take part in each and every day that we don't think about.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be just walking. You can ride your bike, you can dance, you can go out and play tennis, you can run around the track, you can do anything that gets your heart rate up to a moderate to vigorous activity.
And the great thing about this is it makes it a whole lot easier to complete a challenge or a task when we have a goal set at the end. And I understand, Julie, that 423 miles has a certain importance here when we talk about Walk Kansas.
There's actually, so that's one of the challenges, but there's 3 challenges. So you're in a team-based activity, and you can make it even harder. So if you want to go farther than that, there's 3 different challenges you can pick. So you can go a smaller amount of miles or larger and really challenge your team throughout the process.
423 miles being if you walked across the state of Kansas. And I love the fact that you say this is team-based. What does the team-based attitude do, number one, toward kind of making my goal a little bit more conquerable, but also to involving friends and family?
Well, I think for our team, it's just a lot of accountability. When you're logging your miles and you get in and you realize there's someone that hasn't been logging their miles, you can encourage them. Or if somebody's really doing a great job, then it kind of motivates me to get out and walk more because I didn't do my part. So that's the team based.
When we talk about tracking, Holly, how has the K-State Extension District and through the Walk Kansas program, how have you kind of set that up to make it easy for people? Because you don't want it to be laborious, to be able to track, like you said, even your moderate exercise activity. How do we go about tracking that? So
that's all through the same website that you sign up on, and I think you have the information on that we can share with the viewers. But so it is all through that website that we track those miles, and they can go on every day and track them, or they can go on weekly and track them. However it is that whatever's convenient for each person to do. As you two have been a part of the K-State Extension District, and like Julie said, this has been going on for 2 decades now. What are some of the positive aspects that you've seen grow out of the Walk Kansas program specifically, and have you seen people return and almost make it part of their annual lives?
We've seen a lot of individuals return, and then also companies make this part of like their corporate wellness. So we have a lot of companies that do that every year. Can't remember what else you asked. We had a lot of people calling and asking us this year, when's Walk Kansas start? We're ready to get going and we want to do this. We have a special event coming up to kick off Walk Kansas.
Let's talk about that. I would love to hear about that.
That's on March 26th. It's a Wildcat and the Southwind District are joining together. We're going to do a Wild Wind Walk Run. It is going to be in Chanute at 9 o'clock in the morning. And if you register for that, you also get the registration for Walk Kansas and a t-shirt. So
and I bet you they'll let you put that toward your miles too.
Yes, that's absolutely.
Right. A little sneak in early one day.
Coming off of the pandemic and the fact, like I said, Holly and I have been doing Zoom interviews, didn't realize this, for probably a year now. But I would like for each of you to chime in from your perspective from the Wildcat District. Now that people are starting to get out and about and we're getting back to, I'm not going to say normal, but we're beginning to get fresh air and be around other people. What does it meant for your district? Do you think you've been busier? Have you seen people excited about it? What's kind of the general lay of the land from your aspect?
I think people are excited to be able to get back together. There's a lot of social that we miss. You know, we are very social people and we miss that. being able to be around other people and have that contact. And I think also just being able to, like touch your neighbor or, do the fist bump is fine, but people like that physical touch. We are very social people, and we like that. And so being able to get back out and be around people again and really be able to converse and have that, even a work, but a personal communication at a different level that we missed.
We do.
We missed that.
That was perfectly put. Julie, contact information. How do we get in touch with you?
Well, you can contact us at any of our offices in the 4 counties, but our main office in Independence, Kansas, is for Watt, Kansas. There's the Independence office phone number, and then also you can email either Holly or I with any questions on the sign-up process.
So once again, folks, this is the 21st, right? 21st year?
It started in 2001.
That's correct.
So 21st year of Walk Kansas, and once again, it's a fun way to track your miles, and like Julie said, a great way to get family, friends, coworkers, peers involved in some outdoor activity, make us all healthier now that we are able to take the masks off every once in a while and enjoy some of that fresh air. Sure. Holly Miner, thank you so much for visiting KOAM and not via Zoom. Julia, always great to see you.
You too.
Thanks for having us.
Any questions that you have, whether it be related to Walk Kansas or any of the K-State Extension District specialties, please look them up. They are both just a wealth of information. Of course, you can find this entire interview on our website as well at koamnewsnow.com, and we'll be back with more KOAM Morning News right after this.